Here I am. I'm literally in the middle of sharing
Oh, I forgot.
to Facebook. Right
I forgot to share
now.
to Facebook.
There.
Um,
Good morning.
Good morning. Good
Oh,
to see you.
it's always good to see you
Hmm.
and good to
Good to see you
connect.
live because we've been chatting for 30 minutes.
That's true. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, oh, here we are. Like we haven't been, chatting for a half hour
Oh my God.
before going
So
live.
fast.
But it's the nature of production.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And good morning to you, viewer. Let us know you are watching.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over
So
here.
many ways to let us know. Loves, likes, shares, all those clicks.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Clicking,
I
clicking is
shared.
caring.
I shared on
Clicking
Facebook,
is caring. Yeah,
and we'll
I can do
see
that.
who joins us today.
Yeah, who's up for a good hearty rant?
I love a good hearty
A
rant.
good hearty rant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one? I'm going here. Yeah. Um, a shout out to Peg Bobber for just another opportunity to say happy birthday, Peg.
Happy birthday, Peg.
If you're watching,
Yeah. How awesome.
yes. Um,
Awesome indeed.
so yeah, everybody who's watching, feel free to connect however you want to connect and let us know. Where am I going? I'm going to groups. Let us know
Isn't
what you want to rant about. Chat
like
us up.
isn't that the ultimate question? Where am I going?
Where am I going? That is the question
Yeah.
all the time. Oh, do you think my Star Trek Voyager fan group wants to see this?
Maybe. You
I
know
bet
what?
they I bet they do.
I brought up Star Trek in the class I was teaching last night. We were
Wonderful.
talking about AI because
Mhm.
okay, so I'm teaching the 12 powers,
Right.
right? And in the 12 powers, which are, if you're not familiar with the Unity Path and New Thought, the 12 powers are faculties of divinity that are expressed in all creation. And so we all express these 12 powers or 12 faculties. Among them is life. That's the one we talked about last night. And I started the class out by asking the question, what is life?
Mhm. What
Which,
is life?
now, and one of the things we've talked about is, well, there's a scientific definition for life as we understand it on this plane of action, on this little, blue marble floating in a vast sea of infinite possibility. But I said, what is spiritual life? Like, how do you determine what spiritual life is? Because when we talk about life in this context in New Thought, we're really, I think, talking about spiritual life. And what does that look like? And we ultimately got into AI, which is so prevalent right now, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And there was a whole discussion around, will AI ever achieve consciousness? Will there be what is it that delineates the difference between AI and its capacity to consider? I guess that's to reason or consider. And I said, well,
Mhm.
the thing is, it's all programmed reasoning. Now, do we have programmed reasoning? I'm not sure. Maybe there's some level of programmed reasoning within each and every one of us. But I said, here's the deal. I think that the difference is we can impress upon AI thoughts. We can program into AI beliefs, which is kind of the same way that the creative process works in us. We, have thoughts. We program our beliefs. Now, our beliefs can be reprogrammed, just like beliefs or ideas can be reprogrammed in AI. I said, so what is the difference between AI and its capacities and those of us who consider ourselves to have reasoning capacities? And here's what I came up with. I said, it's
Mhm.
feeling.
It's feeling. That was my my first thought.
It's
That's the difference,
feeling.
feeling.
And I said, now, despite the storyline of Lieutenant Commander Data,
Mm.
um, basically proving that he was a life form, and there is a storyline that exists in the Star Trek universe, whole show devoted to proving that Data, who's an android, is a
Mhm.
living is alive, right? But what was the thing that Data was most seeking in his experience and expression? It was,
Ooh, ooh,
yes,
feeling.
human feeling. He wanted to
Human
feel.
feelings. He wanted to have emotions. He wanted
Mhm.
to feel joy and sadness.
Yeah,
Joy and sadness. He wanted to understand his human companions
yeah,
better. And to do that, to understand something, we need to also be able to feel it, I
yeah,
think. Yeah. Help to understand you. I relate my own feeling tones
yeah.
in
And
your, that empathy and compassion.
and so then my question really does become, will AI ever achieve feeling tone? In which case, I think then we might consider it to be alive.
Mm,
Just something to think about.
mhm. Yeah.
So,
I was it an article or a talk I watched? A minister in the New Thought movement. I forget who. Sorry, there's a lot of us. Um, their message. I don't even remember. I think it was a male. Irrelevant. Um, that we are like I am God's artificial intelligence. I like because um in that sense, like, I'm not even sure what the message was, but like I am in the physical form a finite expression of an infinite wholeness.
mhm,
So my uniqueness comes through me. There's only one person with my fingerprints on it, and so it's not like I think the artificial question is the point, the mute point there or something. But yeah, just having um all of our thought is God's thought. We are using
right.
the creative mind to create. So is it our thoughts or is it God's thoughts? Is this life my life or God's life? Am I pre-programmed and predestined to be this unique and unrepeatable expression of divinity, or what, is that fate or destiny component in here somewhere?
Hmm. Well, you've
So
just given me a lot to think about because I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that
yeah,
claim.
I know, right?
Well, I'll tell you my initial thought was to reject the claim
Right.
of being God's AI. And the reason that I felt compelled to reject that claim is because what that does is it sets God outside the self
Hmm.
as a being with intention.
Yeah.
And I don't ascribe to that idea.
It's
Um,
like calling a can of paint an artist.
right. That's actually a really great analogy.
Thank you. It just came to me.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
calling a can of paint an artist. You know,
Yeah.
it is the it is the creative expression of consciousness that
Mhm.
now this goes back to the first question that led off my class last night was, what is life? And it is the outflow of creative expression, um, and the relative animation or livingness that is at the core of all that exists. And
Mhm.
everything has livingness. That was really one of the things that I tried to impart in considering
Mm.
the idea of life, because at its core, if you distill all of the aspects of physical presence to their most basic components, in science down to the sub quantum level, it's just all energy.
Yeah.
And so that is true of my beingness, but it is also true of what we might consider this non-alive thing. And that's
Mhm.
where I say there's a difference between the scientific definition of life, because the scientific definition of life would suggest that this is not alive. But the spiritual definition of life would suggest that this has a degree of livingness. because
Yes.
at its fundamental level, it is the expression of energy. And energy is, for me, life.
So like this is a microphone.
Yes, it
This
is.
is a microphone. It has power. It only has power because I have plugged it in. So
Right.
it has an inlet and an outlet. Sound goes in, sound goes out. It is the flute of the energy. So
Mhm.
am I a microphone? Because I'm an inlet and an outlet of divine creative mind. I have the energy that comes in and energy that goes out.
Mhm.
So I could be a microphone. Or my microphone is a living thing as long as it has life moving through it, as long as it's in its whole of its parts and has a power source. So I'm
Mhm.
the whole of my parts and I have a
Mhm.
power source. I don't know. It's a crazy day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Sherry's got something here.
yeah.
Let's see. Oh, empathy. If empathy is understanding the feeling, then could AI obtain compassion, since that is not feeling but understanding that one is feeling pain? Could AI obtain compassion?
So,
Hmm.
okay. So bless Sherry.
But yeah, compassion is an energy. So but AI, compassion is a feeling tone. You feel it and you share it. So
You know what's
how would
interesting?
AI obtain
Oh
compassion?
my gosh. So you and I may be rehashing the big conversation that dominated the class I was teaching on Monday.
Mm,
Because the class I taught on Monday, we were talking about sympathy, empathy, and compassion. And,
mhm.
one of the things we teach in the training of um, practitioners is to not get lost in sympathy, right?
Right.
That
Yeah.
that is not a healing frame of mind, because what that does is sympathy. Uh, sympathy is an invitation to descend to the level of the form, and is a reaction to form, right? And so we're
Mhm.
not maintaining the we're not maintaining a causative state of mind. We're reacting to effects. So,
Right.
and the root of the word sympathy, it means with feeling, right? And so
Mhm.
we're getting sucked into the feeling of the person with whom we are engaged in the work, and we are not maintaining, as practitioners or ministers, our understanding of spiritual authority.
Mm.
Okay. And then we had a long discussion about the word empathy and the way that we utilize the word empathy in our culture, which is a shift. It is a word that is going through, I think, a definitional shift. And I am more in alignment with the way we utilize empathy in our culture and language more contemporarily than what it used to mean, which empathy, the root of the word, means in feeling, right? So that's even like a morbid sympathy. For me, when Ernest Holmes talks about morbid sympathy in the science of
Mm.
mind, he's like, that's a descent from just sympathy. It's like, now I'm going to be in feeling with you. And that again is not helpful,
It's not healthy.
right? It's not healthy. It's not helpful. And
Mhm.
so we're in a weird time, because the definition of empathy as people understand it is shifting. And I think that there's a great deal of work that is happening in the spheres of, like, people like Brene Brown. She has a very
Mhm.
different approach to the construct and concept of empathy than the original meaning of the word.
Mm.
So what I find challenging about that is everyone has a slightly different view and approach to the word empathy,
Yeah.
right? And so it's a hard word for me to get behind using in this context in the New Thought world, because people will very more easily misunderstand empathy as a word and the definition, because they're carrying with it probably baggage of old ideas
Mm.
that I don't know what their definition is. Now, that's why I say, rather than empathy, my desire is to always root myself in compassion.
Compassion, yes.
Compassion for me is the compassion for me is aligning myself from the point of view of love only. And that is, for me, if I were to establish a hierarchical structure, which I absolutely loathe considering these things in terms of hierarchy, but sometimes that's the language that resonates, and it, just to get a point across, I will use the language. But it is a higher consciousness. Compassion is a higher consciousness than sympathy or empathy. So that is, for me, how I always seek to engage in the work of spiritual healing, is from the point of view of compassion, which is, in the Buddhist tradition, unconditional love. That's all it is. It is unconditional love. If I am working with you, and my point of view in my work with you is I unconditionally love you, and I don't define you by the relative circumstances that you're presenting to me, I am more equipped to support you in your healing journey. Whereas if I descend into sympathy or morbid sympathy, in this case, I will call that empathy, in the older definition, then I am not equipped to support you in your healing journey. I'm descending into the stuff that will hold it will hold the discord in your life in place. Yeah. I just went off on a little rant there. Oh my gosh, this is the rant.
Perfect timing. You're in the right place for that.
Yeah. So here's my thought, because that's what I think. It's what I believe. It's my approach. But I'm open to being wrong too, right? So I would love to know your thoughts on that. And all of you out there, like, what are your thoughts? Throw your thoughts into the comments around that, because that's a radical idea for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That I don't teach empathy. Like, but you're a minister.
How do you teach empathy? Right? You and I talk every single week about, we're not teachers, we're facilitators. And because we can't teach a lot of these things. You can't teach somebody. It's not like you can teach someone how to use ChatGPT. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end to that teaching, right? But to teach empathy, to teach ethics, we're not teaching, we're contemplating. Contemplate in your own moral understanding, contemplate your virtues, contemplate these things. For me, I associate so much of empathy with empath, like being an empath. Like I do feel energetically a lot. I feel a lot.
Like Deanna Troi.
Like Deanna Troi. That's
Star Trek.
Yep, Star Trek. Yep. I'm just like Deanna Troi, but she looks way better in a onesie. And so we can't teach these things. We can talk about them. We can chew on them. We can support a conversation. And for me, it's you were talking about unconditional love. We can't even teach you how to be more loving.
No.
It is in you to do. It's in you to find. It's in you to be sourced.
Right.
My thing is unconditional acceptance.
Right.
Because sometimes it's hard to love on an external kind of thing. Sometimes it's hard to love, but I will accept you and the journey that you're on. I don't have to love what you're doing, which is different than unconditional love, which is the divine love and holy thing that is present everywhere, always.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
But to accept one another, just to accept one another, not tolerate. Tolerating looks like this. To accept that we are different and divine, exactly as we are. To accept one another as wow, that's an interesting new thing I've just learned about you. And I don't have to have any judgments or concerns or worries. I have faith you are looking out for you and taking care of your own consciousness.
Yeah.
Because we are also in a self-reliant personal responsibility and accountability philosophy.
Yeah.
So if you want more love in your life, guess what we get to be? We get to be more loving.
Yeah.
How we show up for ourselves and for one another, that's important. But we can't teach you how to be more loving. You get to discover that for yourself. And when you discover it for yourself, share it with everyone. Share it with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get there? How did you wake up to love? How did you incorporate empathy into your life? Or how did you become more compassionate? Make note of those things and duplicate it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
There's you mentioned that you and I choose not to call ourselves teachers.
Yeah.
We refer to ourselves as facilitators, and the question then becomes, well, what are you facilitating? My approach to that question is, I am facilitating divine revelation in another. I can't make it happen, but I can offer tools and considerations that may spark that within someone, right? But they have to be open to it. They have to be willing to do it. They have to want to be on that journey.
Yeah.
And so we can only facilitate to the willing.
Yeah. Yeah. If you vibe with me, great. Welcome to my living room. If you do, this is my living room. This is my living room.
Right.
Actually, it's not. But if you vibe, great.
Yeah.
Welcome. If you don't vibe, move on. Don't try to convince me to change my vibe.
What's the analogy that we used to always use in ministerial school to try to really get across the idea that we ministers cannot be everything to everyone, right?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
That if you are tending a spiritual community that doesn't work for you, why would you keep going? It would be like going to a restaurant where you didn't like the food.
Yeah. I keep coming to this restaurant and I'm disappointed every time. Here's my 10% tip,
Yeah. But I'm going to keep trying because gosh darn it, there must be something in this. These other people seem to like it. We don't have to agree with other people.
Yeah.
You cannot like.
And nobody has to agree with you.
Right.
Right? Nobody I have been deep diving into this good work for the last 18 months, right? I'm not here to change anyone's mind. I'm not here to be changed by anyone else. I said yesterday I was a work in progress. Today I'm a masterpiece. And you are wasting your time if you're trying to convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura. I have found myself looking at my level of acceptance of others as part of my spiritual journey.
Yes. Yes.
You know what? And I want to be really clear. I'm going to say it again. There is no requirement that we accept everyone in our sphere.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you played around with this idea of, we like unconditional love is important, but we don't have to love the behavior.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would say, well, I try to break apart that paradigm even more. I'm like, I will always unconditionally love.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I have to like.
Yeah. I used to say that to my dad growing up. I used to say, I love him. I just don't like him very much today. Right. Like that was the thing. So we know there's an underlying love there. It's always present.
Yeah.
It's always present. It's right there. And how we swim and flow and have our being in it is up to us. That's how we're swimming.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna realize that if you just go onto your back, you can float? Just I'm in the flow now, right?
Love it.
Or are you gonna turn and go upstream and force yourself into situations and force, right? If there's we force situations, we see a red flag and we keep going towards it. Right? Because we think that's what's supposed to be done. It's this time, it's this day, I'm this years old. I should be somewhere else. But today, right now, this is the moment we have. So
there's also this idea that, this is a cultural thing, I think, we are kind of culturalized into this idea that some of the best work we can do is to fix other people. I mean, I don't ascribe to that. Just to be really clear, I can't fix you.
I can't fix anyone.
Can't fix it. I have enough trouble trying to fix myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Did I remember to brush my own teeth today? Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's
But there's a
our
cultural
level of
thing, like,
responsibility.
there's a cultural thing, and it actually ties into empathy, right?
Yeah.
Because the idea is that empathy is trying to fix the circumstances.
Mm.
And we're getting into this thing of like, I am going to work with you to manipulate the circumstances of your lives so that they comport with a notion that you think of what you think life should look like,
Mhm.
rather than let's address the causative consciousness,
Yeah.
because the circumstances will take care of themselves. Yeah. So I can't fix your circumstances.
Yeah.
What are you willing to do in consciousness to change your mind?
Mhm. Well, and that's like the pre-step, right? The step that everybody forgets in spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. The step you take before you begin is having a willingness for that prayer to be answered.
Yeah. Yeah. I embrace compassion, Sherry writes, because from compassion, I see others as whole and complete and understand everyone is on their journey and experiencing what they are feeling. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's beautifully stated.
Yeah.
Beautifully stated. Yeah.
Yeah. We're never going to know another person's true nature.
Mm-mm.
Like, we hear what they share with us. I often, because I want to know, I want to understand deeply. I ask questions, but Tammy my beautiful wife and partner, will say, "Oh, that was sweet and delicious." So I'm like, I will have, like, she put a grape in her mouth. I will put a grape in my mouth, and because I want to know what she believes is sweet and delicious.
Mm-hmm.
It's still my taste buds.
But here's the other part of that.
Understanding her opinion of what sweet and delicious means.
But you can also never truly know that because she had the experience of a grape.
Yeah.
The grape that you experience may be sour. And
Yeah.
then it's a misfire, it's a misinformation in your mind, because you may think, oh, the sour is what she believes is sweet and delicious. And then
Yeah.
how do you move forward from that point of view? You may start to bring her things that are sour. Just think about that.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I do most of the cooking. So if I cook something and she goes, I'm like,
Yeah.
that's the secret ingredient is love there. I
Yeah,
put love up in
indeed.
there and it tastes good.
Yeah. Willingness. That's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Actually, I keep pulling this book up because this book is the book that is that is a contemporary exploration of the 12 powers.
Mhm.
And one of the powers is the power. It's called the power of will, which then confuses people because will, sometimes people equate with force, like
Yeah. To will it.
willpower. And what I always
Mm.
like to say is it's not willpower, it's the power of willingness.
Yeah.
So yeah, willingness
Yeah.
is one of my favorite things.
Yeah. Are you willing?
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to have a new experience? Are you willing to evolve?
Yeah.
Are you willing to be exactly where you are right now?
Oh, that's hard for some people.
Right? Are you willing to be bored? That, like, we are in, like, we're talking about AI earlier, right? We are in a place right now where people are fighting boredom with scrolling. They have an iPad, or like a tablet. They've got their cell phones. They've got I'm included, right? I've got a computer and a cell phone right here.
Yeah.
And instead of accepting boredom, we fill it like it's a void. But what if that boredom allowed you access to a place in your mind that hasn't been opened in a long time, called imagination?
Mm-hmm.
And you think of new ideas, or like a cure for cancer. What if you just be willing to sit in boredom and see what else is in there?
Yeah. redefine boredom, because we don't have to call that boredom,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And you've actually just mentioned one of the other 12 faculties or powers, which is imagination.
Imagination.
And so, here's the thing. I think, and I admit it, I'm a scroller. Like, I get into my little like habit of like, oh, I'm going to go on TikTok and I'm not going to scroll through and see all the videos that people are posting. And, it may not be a productive use of my time. I get that. But I do think that on some level, it may not be supportive of my imagination
Right.
and
Yeah.
utilizing that faculty. And yet, it may also spark something in me, because I will tell you, sometimes my algorithm is pretty positive, which I'm grateful for. It's just, the algorithm gives back to you what you seek. And so I do see a lot of positive. I see a lot of, I actually have a lot of pastors and people who are like deconstructing Christianity, that is their path in ministry. Traditional Christians who are deconstructing and saying we need to
Taking
rethink
it
this,
back.
right? But I actually get a lot of inspiration from those, actually, from my Sunday messages sometimes. Like, I do find inspiration in that, so I don't think it's wasted time, provided I do gain something from it.
Yeah.
I also scroll less than I used to. And what I
Oh, yeah.
tend towards now is I finally decided to pay for a subscription to New York Times games. And if I want to go spend some time on my phone, I'll go do a crossword puzzle, which, it stimulates my thinking capacity more than just blindly listening to videos. So,
Yeah. I have discovered chess on
oh,
on my phone, right? It's like it's right here. I can play human beings all over the world. I could just practice with a computer. I could just learn new skills. Um, and I didn't know. So 3 weeks now, I play chess every day, and I'm like, I have to learn strategy. I'm learning, like, keeping my mind active. Because that's something that's important to me, keeping my mind active on positive things, because
yeah.
I have had in historical imprint way back in the day, stinking thinking. And so boredom, or too much time on my hands could lead to me creating new experiences that I don't want. So keeping my mind active and learning new things instead of scrolling. In fact, I used AI. I got a video. It's one of my favorite people on YouTube. He teaches YouTube how to and how, but he's shifted in his last little experience too to be more. He's more peaceful. He's more zen. There's more. He's like, stop the busyness and like really get to the core of what your message is. And I'm like, oh, but so I didn't want to watch a 20-minute video, but there is this beautiful AI product called Notebook LM. It's through Google. I am not affiliated in any way. But you can put the link to the YouTube video, and then I told it, like, make me a mind map of what he's teaching. And so instead of watching a 20-minute video of a talking head, I just didn't have that in me. Sometimes I just don't want other people's voices. I spent 45 minutes studying the material and learning something. Which I have brought that study into like 5 conversations in the last week. And so it's just, I've seen even while scrolling, hey, if you like this app, like if you're scrolling, why not scroll through something that is going to help you learn? And here's a new teaching tool. Here's a new cliff notes of any book you ever want to read. There's if you want to have a cell phone in your hand and scrolling there, you don't have to just rely on social media
Mm-hmm.
for that level of entertainment, because it is, right there. That's what this started as, entertainment and connection.
Yeah.
That's all this started as, entertainment and connection. Facebook
Yeah.
was started so that we could be connected with our friends and family.
Yeah.
Well, in a sense.
I'm like,
In a-
if you go back to what Facebook really started as, that's not at all what it was. But
it was for college kids
well,
originally. I haven't seen the movie, and I didn't really dive into the algorithm of Mark Zuckerberg.
yeah. So we don't need to go down that road. But yeah,
Yeah.
Facebook was started by basically teenage boys in a dorm room
Yeah.
for sort of nefarious purposes. Anyway, go watch the movie. You'll understand what I'm talking about.
I already get it. I already get it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch a 2-hour movie about it.
Oh, although it is a good movie. It's because the script
Is
was
it?
written by Aaron Sorkin, who is the same writer of West
Oh,
Wing, and the movie is actually quite good.
okay,
I love
maybe.
the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love though. Laura wrote here, being, not boredom. And that
Yes.
I think is a great way to delineate what we were talking about.
Yes.
That we can
Yes.
have the opportunity, we can take the opportunity to just be. When was the last time you took the opportunity to just be?
Yeah. I call it meditation.
Yes.
But yeah, that changing boredom to being is
Mhm.
a beautiful thing. A gift that we could unwrap in our day for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I know, it's not boredom, it's just the opportunity to take, in a busy day, if there's a plant that you could go sit next to and just be with the plant. Or, I love going outside, sitting in my backyard, and just like taking in the squirrels and the birds, and right now the aroma of fall, right? Like
Yeah.
the muskiness of damp soil, and paying attention to those things. That's all becoming meditation
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, but it's being in it, with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So taking that opportunity to be with yourself
Yeah.
is a sacred gift. I spend a lot of time with with myself, and I'm blessed to do that.
Right.
I enjoy the company.
I enjoy the company as well. It's hard for some people though. Like I think about many people who they don't want to ever take the time. They don't ever want to be alone because that's a scary proposition for them. And I
Yeah.
honor that too. Yeah,
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
entirely sure why I even brought that up, but it's just in my heart to mention because
For sure.
it takes a level of it takes a consciousness of self-worth
Yeah.
and self-respect and self-esteem to be able to be with yourself.
Yeah. It's been an evolution.
Right.
I mean, like for new people who just seen me for the first time, don't know that I had 25 years worth of depression and anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So those moments alone can sometimes be as almost death, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
like you're so dark, so deep in it, immersed in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always said that I was in a cave or a basement, or those kind of things. And sometimes, so being alone, I hated being alone so much. I had a VHS tape, and it was played every single day. It was Starship Troopers, like not even spectacular cinematography or anything, but I woke up, it went on, it was the sounds that were happening in my space while I did everything else.
Yeah.
And then the next movie, and then there's always something on, because I couldn't be alone in my own thoughts.
I love a good cult movie, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So you would not have been I would definitely go and put on Starship Troopers. Just, yeah.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
I might have the opportunity to watch it again soon because
Mhm.
someone new in my life, it's his favorite movie. So I'm like, yeah, let's watch it. Like I could probably say seen that movie 120 times. Like it's
Mhm.
been,
Yeah, but there are different cult movies that I've been attracted to,
yeah,
because I've seen Starship Troopers, I think, twice. Um, but there are other cult classics that I am very much like. I mean, I used to do the shadow cast for Rocky Horror Picture Show here in Tucson back when I was, in high school and college.
yeah.
So that's a movie I literally can still, uh, recite all the lines from and sing all the songs
And
with
I've seen it
no problem.
twice.
Yeah, and I've seen it hundreds and hundreds
Yeah.
of times. Yeah. Anyway, we're on to cult movies. So, what else is
That's
ranty? What else can we rant about?
yeah. Who's still here? Do we have new people? What you talking about? What are you ranting about this
Yeah,
week? What's going on? How are you guys doing? Is any of this making sense? Where are you at?
a lot
Where are
of
you at?
questions, Steph.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love questions.
yeah. It's all meant to be questioned.
Yeah.
It's all meant to be questioned, and I think that some of the best work that we can do spiritually is to question.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tone too, right? Make sure we're asking with compassion.
Hmm.
Because there's a difference between what were you thinking and what were you thinking
What were
when you
you
did that?
thinking? Right.
What were your thoughts that led you to that decision?
Yeah.
Not what were you thinking?
What was in your
Obviously, I
consciousness that made
wasn't.
that happen? I'm like, oh, just
Yeah.
no.
No,
No.
no,
It's like,
no.
I don't know what was in my consciousness to make that happen, but what's in my consciousness right now is I want to punch you because you asked me that question in that tone.
Hmm.
I
But I'm not going to because I'm a loving person.
I don't punch people.
I
Doesn't mean
don't
that I
punch.
don't have the impulse once in a while.
The only time I have punched people, I had gloves on, and there was a referee.
Ah, yeah.
There was someone in the middle going.
Mhm.
That's the only time. Yeah,
Hmm.
because I prefer peace. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, Steph, why did you learn martial arts if you prefer peace? Do you know the first thing your teacher tells you is that why you learn martial arts is to walk away? Like, what's the first step in a fight is to walk away.
Mhm.
That's the first step. Walk away because you don't need to have the fight.
Yeah.
You don't need to. You don't need to assert yourself physically into another person's life.
No.
You don't.
No.
And you
Mm-mm.
can't convince me otherwise. Oh, Katie's sweating over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Oh,
are your thoughts,
yeah.
Katie? What's going on for you? What are you ranting about these days? We'd love to know.
Yes, we would.
Mm, I'm almost out of coffee, so.
Yeah. You know, so I'm very famous for drinking a lot of coffee,
Mm.
but I don't anymore. This was all water. You know that?
Oh,
Yeah.
I drink 1 cup a day, and it's half decaf.
Hmm. I was trying mushroom coffee, where they have adaptogenic mushroom powder in
Yeah, I
the
wanted to
coffee.
try that.
Yeah. I was saying to somebody yesterday because they asked, "Well, how is that? How does it taste?" I said, "Well, it tastes like instant coffee."
Mm,
And I was like, "So I don't love the taste of it personally." And I thought, but there's a nostalgic aspect to it
mm.
because when I was in university, because I'm from Tucson, I went to university here in my hometown, and so for a while I actually lived at home. And when I was in university, one of the things that my mom and I used to love to do was to make in the afternoon instant coffee and then put a scoop of vanilla ice cream in it.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
there's like the nostalgia of the taste of instant coffee is really that's what I think about when I have the mushroom coffee.
Mm.
But I actually I tried it and then I like canceled my order subscription because I was like, I don't know that I want to continue this. So yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, look who's here.
Look who's here. Hi,
Yeah.
Mom.
Here, I'm going to put this up. Hello. Interesting thought from J. Mike Fields. The path home is not forward, but inward.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it is an inward journey.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's,
And we can follow the yellow brick road.
that makes me think about, again, the class that I teach on Mondays, because I am teaching a practitioner class, and the nature of the study questions in the material I've changed it in the second year. In the first year, it's a lot more like, intellectualizing the material, whereas in the second year, it's spiritualizing the intellect. It is saying, go
Mm.
deeper than just the written material. What is it that you
Yes.
actually can bring to this? So yeah. So that's like the thing. It's like the path is starting to really turn inward.
Yeah. It is an inside job, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what we've been talking about, right? Like I will never know what is inside another person.
No.
What I know is that how I'm engaging, how I'm participating. Am I reacting or responding? Am I engaged and participatory, or am I a B-roll character in this event? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what are why did that trigger me
Mm-hmm.
in such a way? And it has not, because I can't change you. I'm not even going to try. I'm not willing to try to change you. If
Mm-hmm.
something is going on for you, I'm here to listen. But um in my own life and the people who are in my life, you are perfect, whole, and complete exactly as you are. There's nothing I could do to make you better. So it's an inside job. I want to be better. I want to evolve. I want to be awakened. I want a conscious expression. And so, how am I observing my thoughts and my thinking as
Mm-hmm.
I move and flow and have my being in this day? It has nothing to do with anybody else. And the sooner I get to that place when I'm in a situation or experience, the better it is for everyone, because I'm just like, oh, this is for me.
Yeah.
This happening right here, this is for me, because it's either teaching me that I am in a integrity, or I'm not, with the things that I say I am or have or
Mm-hmm.
be or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Steve wrote here,
Steve.
thoughts are merely thoughts until we give them energy and direction. Yes. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
asked me in class last night, they said, so are all thoughts prayers? And I
Mm-hmm.
said, yes, all thoughts are prayers, but not all thoughts demonstrate,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Um, and if you're, just to contextualize that, in New Thought, in this tradition, what we teach is that thoughts are creative. But the limit
Mm-hmm.
of demonstration, the limit of the creation based on those thoughts is always going to be in the belief, right? Belief
Yeah.
sets the limit to the demonstration of a principle that is infinite. So what I'm always encouraging people to get in touch with is not just what are you thinking actively, but what are the beliefs that are perhaps in the subconscious that are below the level of
Mm-hmm.
awareness, because those may be the things that are blocking you from living your highest good.
Mm-hmm.
And you can utilize a thinking process to readdress those beliefs and to embody new beliefs and crowd out that which is blocking your good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a practice. It is a practice.
Yeah, it's a
It's a
practice.
life practice. I used to call it work, but I don't like to call it work because people hear work and they think toil. It doesn't have to be work.
Mm.
It doesn't have to be toil. It can be joyful practice.
Here's a quote by Reverend Tammy St. Amand.
Yes.
Okay. I was being about things I had to get done or do. It's so hard. I was like, oh, it's so hard. Being with people was really was what it was. It's only hard if you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's only hard work if you don't want to do it. Work can be joy. Work can be pleasure. Work can be enlightening. What is the feeling and energy tone you are giving that work?
Right.
Because it's just it's just a word.
Well, and you
But yeah.
also bring up, so this is one of the ways that I like to construct my thinking around things is that, again, it's a societal thing in our culture that we are taught to try to derive our joy from the circumstances.
Mhm.
And that is backwards. It's totally backwards because joy is inherent and we can let our joy shine forth and see it reflected in our circumstances. But the minute we turn that around and try to derive joy from the circumstances, we've now put the power out there, and guaranteed there's going to be probably some disappointment in that.
Yeah. And
You
nobody
know?
wants to feel that. Nobody wants to
No,
feel disappointed.
no,
Ugh.
not at all.
Not at all.
Not at
Yeah,
all.
joy is an expression of
Mhm.
something that comes forth from you in an experience.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the experience that's making you joyful. It's your joy coming to the surface because you are in that experience,
Hmm.
having a moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I always really want to create a distinction between joy and happy.
Tell me about that.
Because joy is this life-giving expression and that is an attribute of the divine. Happy is a byproduct for me, and like this is my opinion, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy is a byproduct. Oh, I feel happy today, but but that's not going to be or oh my god, that kitten video just made me happy. It's not going those moments are here,
Right. Well, you've just
little flecks of
demonstrated.
happy, but joy is just like love, a constant energy that is always flowing, and we get to tap into that expression and experience and allow joy through us.
Yeah.
But like to pursue happiness as a life goal, I think we find a lot of disappointment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've actually just demonstrated like trying to derive happiness
Hmm.
is sort of a similar thing. We can't derive it. We cannot derive it from anything outside the self.
Yeah.
Our work is to be the joy that we inherently are. So,
Yeah.
um, we're there.
Where?
We're at the end.
Here we
Can
go.
you believe
We
that
got
went
some.
so fast
We got
today?
some good stuff coming up.
Yeah, I want to know what's happening for you. What's happening in your virtual community? What are you doing in the world? I know you've got your wake up, say thank you every weekday, but what else is happening for you?
Tonight it's Deep Soul Meditation night.
Nice.
It's a love offering base, and you can find that at oneloveawakening.com. You can get the link right there. The Zoom link is right there. So
Nice.
it's easy peasy. And Deep Soul Meditation is a guided meditation where in the middle of meditation, I do spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer for everyone with a request in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love doing that because, meditation gets us to a deep place, and then affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment inside of that goodness where you're open and
Mm-hmm.
accepting of hearing a good word about you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so deep and delicious.
Yeah.
So you are welcome to attend.
Awesome.
And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm in a state of transition right
So
now.
check out oneloveawakening.com. There's great stuff there, right? I want to let you know what's happening here. We got lots of stuff that's coming up. As I look over, I'm like, I got to look at my calendar. So 2 weeks from today, wait, no, a week from today. Wow, I'm already a whole week off. 1 week from today, we have our quarterly healing circle here at Unity of Tucson.
Mm.
It's an experience to come and be immersed in the healing consciousness of our prayer chaplains. And you get to
Mhm.
bring whatever you are seeking healing around in your life. You get to have the experience. It's about an hour of meditation, contemplation, prayer, music. And people always say, I feel rejuvenated and different walking out of the room And so for me,
Yeah.
that's an expression of healing. The other thing that's coming up, and you can get your tickets, and this is a thing.
Woohoo.
Oh, the Healing Circle is it's a donation-based offering, but we have New Thought musician, a powerhouse musician who really comes to us through Agape. So, talk about Agape's music program.
Mm.
Jamie Lula is going to be here in Tucson, November 2nd, Sunday, November 2nd. He's offering a concert at 1:00 in the afternoon. He is going to be here for our service that day, but go get your tickets. Join us here in Tucson for his concert. It's an in-person only event. It's not we don't stream the concert, right? So
Yeah. Nice.
but yeah, Jamie is one of my favorites.
Something's calling me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Jamie
Go back
Lula.
and watch Sunday service. I sang that song on Sunday.
Oh, love
So
it.
yeah, those are a couple things that are coming up. We're also having a chili cook-off here in mid-November at Unity of Tucson, which is going to be so much fun.
Nice. Yeah.
So,
Oh, one thing I will add though, if you haven't already gone to One Love's our YouTube channel, go subscribe, hit that little bell that will get you notifications, because I am actually creating little mini things, mini courses, mini little things that are going to be dropping along the way on YouTube. So get that notification, and so you'll know when things are dropping.
Check out all our socials. It's so funny we talk about, don't get lost in scrolling on social media, but go check out our socials.
Unless it's us, you can get lost in our world for sure. Absolutely. I have 1,200 videos for you to explore on YouTube. 1,200.
Yeah. So, all right, we're going to sign off. Always a delight to share this time with you. We'll see you next week for the next rant. See you next Wednesday. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Love you all. Bye.